Let's talk to the man who I consider to be the anti-Al Gore. He has done more to educate the world on the con that is the environmentalist movement than anyone else. His new book, of course, has AOC on the cover. He is the founder of the climatedepot.com website, a superb website. Marc Morano, welcome to Stinchfield.
Thank you very much, Sebastian. Happy to be here.
Marc, explain just in a thumbnail sketch why none of this should surprise people who are students of history. As a child of parents who escaped socialism, who understands the horrors of Stalin, of Lenin, of the quote-unquote workers' paradise that Karl Marx promised that actually led to the deaths of 100 million humans in the last century. How do we understand the Green New Deal, the mask mandates, the vaccination mandates as really a new form of socialism?
Well, that's a great question. And here's a simple thumbnail. For decades, the progressive movement has tried to impose and sought a one-party state in America. Climate activists from Tom Friedman on the pages of the New York Times extolled the virtues of China's one-party system. UN climate chiefs talked about a centralized transformation and praised China for getting it right on climate. So what happened was they spent decades trying to scare us about overpopulation, global cooling, the Amazon rainforest, and finally climate change, and they failed. A virus comes along, and they realize that this cut across ideologies, cut across political affiliation, and they were able to declare an emergency and suspend normal democracy. They were able to achieve, Sebastian, their one-party state with an unelected bureaucracy. And so the climate activists became very jealous of COVID because everything COVID did, depress the economy, lock the economy down, keep people from moving, limiting travel, micromanaging every level of your life, weddings, funerals, whether you could go out, whether it was a justified reason, a curfew, backyard barbecues. This is the kind of control they wanted for climate and the environmental left for decades. COVID gave them that. That's why Jane Fonda said COVID was God's gift to the left. Fast forward, the reason Joe Biden can try to impose a vaccine passport system in the United States is because of the emergency declaration where democracy is suspended. We are now in a Chinese-style one-party state. This is not something that's going to happen in the future. It is being imposed on us now using the COVID-19 emergency declaration. They don't want hearings in Congress. They don't want to vote. They don't want town halls. This is raw authoritarian power that they've sought for decades. And they never thought in their wildest dreams that in a year and a half of COVID, they could have this kind of success. But here we are.
So let me be clear. Let me repackage what Marc Morano just told us. They've succeeded for a year and a half to shut down America, to tell you what you can do. And now they're going to use the same tactics, the lockdowns, the shut-ins, the quarantines, the business closures, not for COVID or COVID-20 or COVID-21. The excuse is going to be the climate. It's all a watermelon. It is green on the outside, but is deep red communist on the inside. Educate yourself. Get Marc's book about the Green New Deal and go today to the climatedepot.com that he founded.